Big Z Reviews. Stuber is a new action comedy buddy cop film that is just a lot of fun. I mean, it's definitely goofy. It's definitely not trying to be anything that it isn't. But I still had a lot of fun watching it, and it was pretty funny, and the action was pretty good when they weren't doing shaky camera. So as a whole, I did really enjoy it.
I got this. Hello, operator, we need help. Someone's trying to murder us. Hello, operator, we need help. Someone's trying to murder us. Fuck.
So Stuber comes from the idea that the main character, played by Kumail Nanjiani, is named Stu, and he drives for Uber as one of his jobs, and his boss at the job calls him Stuber, so that's the name of the movie. And it's kind of funny, but like the idea that Dave Bautista, he is a detective that's going after this drug dealer played by Iko Uwais from the Raid films. Again, though, he is so good at action, and when they put him in the action scenes in this movie, the director, Michael Dowse, decides to do a bunch of shaky cam. And it's like, the action, I think, looks pretty good, but they do it, and you can't see anything that's going on. And it's like, you have Dave Bautista and Iko Uwais, why wouldn't you actually show what they're doing? And it's just frustrating, especially because there's no shaky cam for most of the film. It's only when like the close hand-to-hand combat comes in that they do the shaky cam. And it's just annoying. But what you're going to do? I mean, people that think... I think it's action directors that aren't confident in their action think that they have to shake the camera a bunch to make it look like they're exciting instead of actually just showing what they're doing. But whatever. But, you know, the idea is that, you know, he's going after him, and earlier his partner dies, and now he kind of blames himself because he loses his glasses, like, while he's fighting Iko. So he's like, without his glasses, he's like blind. So now he's getting LASIK eye surgery. But then when that happens, he gets a tip about, you know, when the next drop is going to be. So, but he can't drive because he's blind still, essentially. So he has to take an Uber, which happens to be Kumail Nanjiani, and he kind of takes him, kidnaps him, and has them drive him all over the place while he's trying to, you know, bring this drug dealer to justice. And, you know, it was really funny. Like, the idea that whole time where he's blind, there's a lot of funny stuff comes from it, like Mr. Magoo sort of stuff. But I will say, though, that I had LASIK eye surgery. It's like a little over a decade ago. And, like, I was pretty much so that anything past my hand would have been blurry. So my eyesight was really bad. And I think it's actually gotten better. But back then, like, it was actually for a guy in Scranton. But they had like a razor blade, and it would slit the very top of your cornea, and then leave a flap on. So then they would blast it with the laser. Then they would flip the flap back up, so that it would heal better. And what sucked for me, they could have done this, but because my vision was so bad, they can only really blast away so much with a laser at a time. So the first time I did it, all that happened was that I had a slightly better vision, but now I had to get new glasses, I couldn't wear contacts still, because you're not supposed to wear contacts, like, within months of the surgery. So I had to get new glasses, because my vision was still sucked, but even though it was a lot better than it used to be. So I actually had to do it twice. But when they do the LASIK, I will say that it's actually a pretty good procedure. I mean, they just give you like half a Xanax or something like that to calm you down, and they put your head in a contraption, and then they do it so you can't move. But the weirdest thing is that when they're doing it, you can smell your own burning flesh. But I mean, like, I've had no side effects from it. Like, and after the second time, and that's one thing in the movie doesn't quite get right. My vision, especially the second time, immediately after, was perfect. Like, I had perfect vision. I still have 2015 vision in both eyes. But that the one thing, you're very light sensitive. So I mean, you're not blind unless you don't get it fully done. Like he gets rid of his sunglasses immediately. I would never have done that because like you're super light sensitive for at least 24 hours. But like I said, the only side effect I have, even now, like decades later, well not decades, but like a decade later, is that when driving at night, I have a halo around the headlights because my pupils are dilated so much to where like there's a little bit of scarification from where they cut, the flap. So there's like my eye is stretched that far, the pupil, that like it kind of creates a little bit of a halo around lights, and that's really the only side effect I ever had. I mean, so I went from being about blind to having perfect vision. So I love LASIK. So they said that's just that's really just what they use to have a lot of the jokes in the movie, and it works. One of the funniest parts with this whole stuff is that he gets a lead from where the drugs may be going, so he goes to the strip club, and he doesn't know like it's a male strip club. So he's walking in, and he goes into the back. And I'm like, wow, there are a lot of security guards here. It's like they're all the strippers, and there's a lot of funny stuff around that whole bit, And like there's multiple things like that that are really funny. And Stu, I mean, he could be a little annoying, but he's kind of playing like a pussy whipped guy that's in the friend zone, even though he has sex with her every once in a while with a girl that he loves, played by Mira Sorvino. So he's like, the idea for that is that she's breaking up with a guy, and now so he wants to go, be with her, but he has to be with Dave Bautista while he's doing all the shenanigans. But, and I like everything they did with it. It's a lot of fun. Like, it's too bad that the critics didn't really get it, but it's a corny, really fun action comedy. And I said the action is actually pretty good. There's some brutal stuff. Like it doesn't, it has some good effects, which is again why I hate that they use a shaky cam. But I mean, the stuff they do with it is really good, and I really enjoyed it. It's a harmless summer action film that I would recommend. I'd probably give it like an 8.25 out of 10. But thanks for watching. Check out the playlist in my head and subscribe to me at Z over there. Thanks. This has been a Big Z movie review. Thanks for watching.